Hi Capricorn, welcome to your month ahead taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share and hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, thank you so much for all of your continued support. I can't help but smile with you guys. Let me finish this. Thank you so much for all of your continued support. If you would like to book a personal tarot reading with me, you can do so on the website address below. If you would like to donate to the channel for any of these videos, you can do so on the web link below. So I just want to say, as the months have gone on, I've built really good, solid relationship with Capricorn. You guys know I love you to bits. And I feel, I feel, and I hope you do as well, that I've been kind of on your journey of growth with you, side by side. I've kind of watched you guys evolve and go through these really difficult, transitions, but come out and become these really shining, beautiful beings, which is amazing. So whenever I smirk like that, it's always because, Capricorn know I love them. Anyway, so before we start, I would like to bless all of these decks with all forms of love, like peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path, to your highest vibrational good. So, your first card out, your actions and your interactions with the world at large in November 2018. Let's have a look at what you've got. You get the Page of Wands. This is where you need to get your feelings out. It's really important that you get how you feel. So your actions and your interactions, what you do. Page of Wands, fire. So, you've got a Wands card in the fire sector. Page of Wands for you guys this month is basically saying you need to get your feelings. You need to get your feelings out, whether that's on paper, whether it's on a blog, whether it's, talking to somebody, whether it's talking to people like I'm doing now, blogging about your feelings, blogging about being a mum, blogging about, whatever it is, or vlogging as they call it, when it's done via video or via YouTube or whatever. Because the Page of Wands is about something that's creative in nature, but it's something that effectively asks you to express yourself. And this is why I'm saying, whatever medium it takes for you, it's really important that you start to formulate your message so that you can get it out there. Your feelings, what you're going through, what you're experiencing at the moment, what you have experienced up until now is valuable knowledge. It's not just valuable knowledge for you because you've gained wisdom from the experience. It's valuable knowledge for other people because sometimes just knowing that somebody else is going through something as well makes you go, oh, okay, so maybe my reactions aren't crazy. Maybe how I feel isn't over the top, or maybe my response isn't that. I don't feel like you're going through anything difficult this month in terms of your own personal challenge. What I feel like is you've had this culmination of all of these experiences. Now you need to document it, whether that's a book, whether it's a vlog, whether it's a blog, whatever form it takes. It's important for you to get how you feel or how you have felt in certain experiences out onto paper, onto video, and start to share it with people, your actions and your interactions. And the reason I say that is because you're going to find that, you're delivering messages to other people that they really need to hear. You guys have gone through this whole transition period that I was talking about of the last 2 years, especially, with Saturn in the 12th. I'm an Aquarius, so I'm going through it now. Thanks for letting me know. But, all jokes aside, I'm starting to really get it. It's tough. It's really, really intense stuff. So all of those experiences have actually shaped you. They've given you wisdom, and that wisdom can be turned into power. And it can be turned into something that people really receive well because it helps them in some way, shape or form. Don't discount the journey that you've gone on, I guess is what I'm saying to you, and find some way to utilize the knowledge that you've gained through these experiences to help yourself, and to help others. Your money and your materials, you've got the 7 of Cups. Don't be frivolous with money this month. Don't spread yourself too thin. do what you can and leave what you can't. Money, in terms of, I don't feel like you're going to be bleeding money, but I do feel like you're unclear about money. This is, and that's a really weird, rare thing to say for a Capricorn. You know, you guys know how to budget, you know how to plan, you know, you guys, you know, your house is all to do with money. The 10th house is Capricorn, you know, business, you know, money, financial institutions, all of that sort of stuff, you know, really comes under your banner. It's something that you guys do really well. But the 7 of Cups here is, it's about confusion for sure, but it's also about diffusion. And this is why I say, you know, don't spread yourself too thin. Do what you can financially this month, and anything that doesn't feel like a safe bet, anything that doesn't feel like it, like if you feel to put money into something, and or somebody asks you to put money into something and you think, I don't see that working out very well, the chances are that you would be right. So follow that intuition. Also, when you start to couple these cards, the Page of Wands and the 7 of Cups, this is basically saying you've got a good mind for packaging things, you know, for selling people, not selling people a dream or a fantasy, but you've got a good, you know, whatever experience you've been through, this could see you turn it into a fantastical version. You know, whatever that might mean to you. In terms of your money and your materials though, yeah, do not spread yourself too thin this month. This is not a month to be willy-nilly with the finance. And if somebody comes to you with what appears to be a pipe dream, tell them so. It's not just you that's going to benefit from saying, look, I don't want to be a part of that, because no offense, I don't think it's going to come off, because I actually think it's a pipe dream. They get something out of that because it's the truth coming from you as you see it. And let's face it, you are pretty wise. And you get something out of it. 1, because you stood up for yourself, and 2, because you've spoken your truth. That's one of the things that seems to be quite difficult for people when the 7 of Cups comes up. When the 7 of Cups appears, it's like people have difficulty speaking their truth. And it looks like you won't have any issues with that, providing, you know, even if it is a family member or somebody that you care about, you know, just be honest and say, look, I don't think you have a real handle on what you're doing at the moment. Your communications with the world at large, you get the Empress. This is beautiful. She's beautiful because she represents fecundity, or fecundity as some people say. This means that your communication is fruitful this month. Your communication could yield results. It's really important that you engage with as many people in conversation. It's really important for you as well to lay the ground. So if you have an idea of what you want to do for work next, sow the seeds. Find people that are in that arena. If you have an idea for a book or a blog or a vlog, reach out to people that are already doing this, because it looks like not only are they going to help you, but they can help you cultivate and grow whatever idea you already have. And it feels to me like as long as you know, you're above board in all your dealings, you know, I can't imagine that you wouldn't be, but you know what I mean. As long as you're above board in all your dealings, you will be able to create something that goes on to become something, you know, quite substantial for you. So it kind of looks like, in terms of that, you know, this is kind of linked, you know, this is like this thing that you're growing. It's time for you to get it out there. It's time to get whatever is in here and whatever is in here out into the world. It needs to be made solid. It needs to be made concrete. And the way that you do that is dispelling any myths, not buying into anything that is a pipe dream or whatever, but ultimately communicating with people that see life in a different way. Some of these people might be a bit artsy fartsy and airy fairy compared to the usual Capricorn way of doing things, but those people are the ones that you're going to need to seek out this month, because those are the people that are going to give you the perspective that you need, that you should be coming from. It's almost like the people that you find yourself interacting with this month are very, very different to what you're used to, and you will find nuggets of knowledge in the conversations that you have with them, you know, and ultimately you've got a message to share, it seems like, this month. You know, it could even work in the other way as well, or it could even work in tandem. While they're giving you more knowledge on how to be more creative and how to get your message out there, you could be giving them smart, practical, you know, business advice, whether that comes in the form of actual business advice, or whether it comes in the form of you know, giving somebody an opinion or a more grounded, practical view of what they're trying to do. So it's like this kind of mutual reception, and that's really lovely, really, really good energy because it's creative. Okay, your heart and half, personal relationships this month. You got the Four of Swords. This is time to take a beat, time to take a breather. For those of you that are single, it looks like you're seeking out other earth signs this month. You're looking for people that are practical but beautiful, or beautiful but practical. You're looking for people that can, you know, that can sustain, basically. For those of you that are single, that's the sort of person that you're going to be drawn to this month, the sort of person that you will want around you. For those of you that are partnered, it looks like you're off in your separate corners, and I think that's going to be a much more beneficial use of your time than arguing. I kind of see like you're not Capricorn, you are not willing or able to back down this month. You're refusing point blank to do that, which is fine. You're a Capricorn, right? But I almost see you're in your separate corners, and you're kind of saying, right, well, you know what, here is where I stand on this. And, you know, unfortunately, if that doesn't marry together, then we're going to have to call it and give it a timeout for now, so that we can both reassess where we're actually at and see if we can come up with a better solution. I see you almost taking a business mind to your relationship this month. For those of you that are partnered, you're seeing it more as, right, you know, this is a partnership, but it's a business partnership. Would I allow this from my boss or from my colleagues? No, I probably wouldn't. So, and therefore, am I going to allow it from my partner? This month, probably not. Find some way to navigate that for yourself. The interesting thing for me here, though, is you've got all four elements there. You've got the Page of Wands, fire. You've got the Seven of Cups, water. You've got the Empress, earth. You've got the Four of Swords, air. You've got all four elements, which means this month you can move and shake some stuff. You really can. You know, it's just about how you put it together and how you balance it out. First week of November, the Hierophant. You want things above board. You want practicality, and you want to play by the rules. And anybody that's not doing that with you, anybody that is deviating from the plan this week, is going to know about it. You know, anybody that's kind of, you know, anybody that tries to do this, say one thing and do another, is not going to be met with much they're not going to be met with a smile, let's put it that way. The second week of November, you get the Chariot card. Good. This is lovely because it sees a victory. It kind of says as well that by being upfront and saying to somebody, look, you know what, I don't want to work with you on that idea because one, it doesn't really speak to me, and two, I actually think you're veering off the path of what you're actually trying to achieve. By doing that, not only do you demonstrate honesty, but it looks like you get some sort of win. Seven of Cups, Chariot card as well, number 7. Sevens are all about endurance in the tarot. So this is about speaking your mind, standing up to be counted in that way. 7 as a number in terms of its numerology is saying be analytical, be self-analytical, and also say to somebody else, if you see that they're going off the path, why are you doing that? What can you learn from this? What can you take away from it? Are you really doing yourself the best service, or are you just running off to chase a waterfall? You know, and ultimately it looks like that comes off good for both of you, you know, by you really speaking your truth and standing up and standing out. It also says that in some way, shape or form, financially you win this week, the second week of November. You know, when I say you win financially, it could just be that by saying no to this person, you then find out the reason why it wasn't a good idea and you should have trusted your gut all along. Third week of November, Justice. This underneath the Empress, really interesting, because it kind of says that while you're making, you know, while you're in the process of making your decisions, you're also putting, you know, you're almost like you're putting something out there, like, and so this is you creating this thing. The Empress card and the Justice card sees you bringing it to life, you know, breathing the spark of life into it. So the third week of November, it's likely that not a lot of people are going to hear from you, and you might have a lot of people saying, oh, you know, where are you, what are you doing, how come you've been so quiet, how come you've been so absent? And it's because you're choosing, or making the decision to do something else, to do something that's going to benefit you, something that's going to be even more beneficial. You're also making the decision between whether, you know, you should voice your opinion to a partner or not, for those of you that are in relationships. And then finally, the lovers. You literally can't make this stuff up. Fourth week, you know, you're making the decision with a partner. You know, I wouldn't allow my work colleagues or my peers to treat me like that, so I'm not having you treat me like it. And it's like you will find a way to communicate with them, but it looks like there's going to be some sort of timeout or cool off period where you're like, okay, you know what, we're going to have to take a minute on this, because I'm not budging, you're not budging, and you know, it looks like we're at a stalemate. And the Lovers card is basically saying, remember that there is love there. Remember, you know, this is for those of you specifically that are partnered, remember that there is love there. But remember that love is not a free pass for someone to hurt you. Love is not a free pass for somebody to take the piss out of you and then say, oh, well, you know what, I love you, and that makes it all right. It doesn't. It really doesn't. For those of you that are single, yeah, it kind of looks like you're steering away from that. You've got too much to do. That's the word that I'm hearing. It's like you're saying to yourself, I've got too much to do. Don't get me wrong, we can have fun, we can have a laugh and all the rest of it, but I am going this way, and if you're coming this way, then, you know, you can be along for the ride. That's all good, but I've got stuff that I need to get done. You are making things happen, moving and shaking, as I said in the beginning. So your key to the month, the Moon card. So going over the past, it's kind of saying that this month, because the Moon card is about your subconscious, it's about things that have already been, you know, and I said this to you right at the beginning with this Page of Wands, it's about the culmination of the experience. This really feels to me like you are now ready to draw a line under. It's like, I think the other sign that had this kind of energy, more so even than you, was Sagittarius. And it's like you're ready to draw a line under 2018. You're already in 2019, because you're like, no, I've got an idea of where I want to be. And this experience that I'm having now doesn't match what I want. That's good, but remember to have that moment. You know, you've got to pull all the pieces together and understand the sequence of events in order to pull the knowledge out of them. And once you've got that knowledge, you can then start to formulate it and turn it into something that is going to benefit you, and also something that's going to benefit others. Capricorn, I wish you an abundance of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance itself. Have an amazing month. I'll see you very soon for more videos. Take care.